Hello, this is Artie Asta from B Sharp and C. So I want to do an episode of one of my favorite songwriters. It's a song that a lot of us know, especially if you've seen the show Peaky Blinders. It's the song Red Right Hand, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds in Copenhagen.
Take a little walk to the edge of town, or go across the tracks where the viaduct looms like a bird of doom as it shifts and cracks, where secrets lie in the border fires, in the humming wires. Hey man, you know you're never coming back. Past the bridge and the gully and the river and the stacks. Well, on a gathering storm comes a tall, handsome man in a dusty black coat with a red right hand. Well, he'll wrap you up in his arms, tell you that you've been a good boy. He'll rekindle all those dreams it took you a lifetime to destroy. Well, he'll reach deep into the hole, heal your shrinking souls. But don't you worry, buddy, he ain't coming back. He's a ghost, he's a god, he's a man, he's a guru. Well, they're whispering his name through this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right hand.
So why am I doing this? Why am I playing this live version of a song that doesn't actually seem like it has a whole lot of instrumentation in it? Well, because Nick Cave is a secret genius. I have seen some of the best musicians and best songwriters, period, out there. And like people will say, who are you listening to right now? Who do you like? What's your favorite musician? Who is your favorite songwriter? The amount of times Nick Cave comes up is off the charts. David Gilmour was busy on a project and he was getting interviewed, and someone asked him, what is what musician are you listening to right now? And David Gilmour was like, well, not necessarily with that voice, but David Gilmour was like, I'm not listening to really anyone. I'm just really busy. And he said, no, actually, that's not right. Nick Cave's new album, I just can't put it down. It's ingenious, right? He's just a good lyricist, a good songwriter, and he strikes a lot of different genres. I don't know. To me, it's got that Southern Gothic sound, that dark folk, you know, with a hint of some like European folk. Nick Cave genre. Nick Cave's music spans multiple genres, primarily rooted in post-punk gothic rock. I can see that. Alternative rock, no. But evolving to incorporate elements of blues, art rock, experimental rock, Americana, and gospel. I don't see the gospel, making him a unique artist often described as a genre unto himself, known for dark, poetic narratives. He's just really good. Let me just leave it at that. You can't classify the guy.
You ain't got no money, who'll get you some.
I love that guy.
You ain't got no car, get you. We've lost our self-respect. We feel like a tiny insect. Don't you worry, buddy, 'cause here he comes. Through the barrio and the Bowery and the ghetto and the slum.
It's like poet. He's like a poet.
Well, his shadow is cast wherever he stands. Stacks of green paper in his red right hand.
Look at that audience. He's in the audience. I love his little musical interlude. You know, I wouldn't doubt it if on the studio version, if Nick Cave played that synthesizer solo himself. He's actually quite a good musician. Piano. Oh my God. All right, so you're probably looking at that saying, why was that even good? There was nothing melodic about it. Well, because it just simply freaking was. When you go to a Nick Cave show, you're going to an experience. You're going to a show. And I know firsthand, I've never been to a Nick Cave concert. But I mean, look at it. You can see if you're in that audience, you're loving this. Chaotic. So you're not seeing it, but on my meter that I have down below for the levels that are coming from the desktop audio, which is the monitor that I'm using here, which is on the screen that you see for the concert, it was below yellow. And then on that part there, it exploded into the red. It went past yellow into the red. And then it ends. Genius. When the music's over, turn out the light, turn out the light.
You'll see him in your nightmares, you'll meet him in your dreams. You'll see him on your fucking internet, Instagram page.
Swat.
You'll read his little tweets. You'll see him in your head on a TV screen. Hey sister, I'm warning you to turn it off. He's a ghost, he's a god, he's a man, he's a goo.
I don't think he was singing his lyrics. I think there's a friggin' woman in the front row tweeting, I'm warning you to turn it off.
On a TV screen. Hey sister, I'm warning you to turn it off. He's a ghost, he's a god, he's a man, he's a goo. Well, they're whispering his name through this disappearing land, but hidden in his coat is a red right.
All right, there's a reason why. So Nick Cave, a lot of people will look at Nick Cave, and let me just find out. Let me go to Google and find out which instruments does Nick Cave play, right? Primarily plays the piano and sings, but he also contributes with the organ, keyboards. It's all keyboard, electric guitar, and harmonica. Yeah, I think I've seen him play the harmonica. Why do I love Nick Cave so much? Because because people might look at me and say, "Well, Artie, you seem like you're really into instrumentation." Um, and I am. I like instrumentation, but I'm a songwriter at heart. And I sit down at the piano and I write my songs. And I worked on that, and I still do that. But Nick Cave has it mastered. Now, I went to learning the guitar, I went to learning other instruments, and I still play piano and sing, but I'm playing saxophone, and I took about 2 years to learn how to play trumpet, which now I figured how to play, interestingly enough. But Nick Cave, what he did was he sat at the piano and he made creating songs his life. He mastered the art of writing songs on the piano and then writing lyrics that are so phenomenally, not only are they beautiful, but they're raw and they're somewhat scary and dangerous in an emotional sense, They're very, very human. And some people don't like Nick Cave's music because his lyrics actually go deep into the soul, into the core of the soul. Sometimes that dark part of our personality that we want to shut out. Nick Cave kind of exposes that. Not anything in a bad way, but he really does expose the dark side of emotion, but in a very poetic way. And I think that for me, anyways, I really like that because I could have said, I'm never going to learn guitar. I'm never going to learn saxophone. I'm never going to learn trumpet. I'm going to dedicate my life to writing music on the piano and coming up with songs. I could have gone down that route, right? But I don't think I ever would have even come close to touching what Nick Cave did. He's that good. He's that good. Like a Tom Waits, a Willie Nelson. Um, I mean, who else kind of? I mean, I don't want to say Gordon Lightfoot because Gordon Lightfoot wasn't as dark. But maybe like who did the Ring of Fire? It's not coming to my mind. The Ring of Fire, for the love of all that is holy. Hey Siri, who sings the song The Ring of Fire?
Johnny Cash sings the song.
Okay, that's all I needed is Johnny Cash. I don't need a whole sentence. So Johnny Cash, right? So those are like I don't know. I think that he's great. I think that this performance was awesome. There were moments that were explosive. It's going to be interesting for me to go back and edit this video because there are moments where the volume just explodes into the red, and I think that's going to sound bad on your end. So I'm going to have to adjust the levels while I'm editing. So, but anyways, I don't know. What do you think of Nick Cave's performance here? Do you have a Nick Cave song that you want to recommend for me to do? Put it in the comments section. And as always, keep it groovy.